How do we know the Bible is true? We begin with faith that God exists. We look to the beauty of nature, precise scientific principles, and the belief that humanity and our universe did not come about randomly without a divine first cause. Once we believe that God exists, it makes sense that He would want to communicate His plan and expectations with His creation, so He gave us the Bible. Approximately 40 people wrote the Bible over a period of about 1,500 years. Despite having many authors over such a long stretch of time, the Bible's themes and messages are consistent, as if one author had been overseeing the entire project. How can this be? Because through God's Spirit, His power and influence, He spoke to the authors through their hearts and minds, telling them to write down exactly what He wanted to be made known. The Bible is one of the oldest books in existence. Throughout the centuries, individuals have tried to hide it, burn it, and even make it a crime to own or read it. Despite this, it has been translated into hundreds of languages available across the world. How did it survive? The evidence suggests it had divine help, that God is not only the author, but its protector. Much of the Bible refers to Jesus of Nazareth. To prove the Bible is true, we must prove He existed. We have several non-Christian historical authors to confirm that Jesus was a real person. One example is Flavius Josephus, a historian who lived shortly after Jesus died, who referred several times to Jesus in his book on the history of the Jewish people. The Bible contains scientific information unknown to the world at that time, and here is just one of many examples. Some ancient people believed that the earth was being held up in space by a giant or a large animal, but in Job it says, God stretches the northern sky over empty space and hangs the earth on nothing. This is true about the earth, and only the Creator could have revealed this detail. The Bible describes specific structures that are confirmed in ancient historical writings. Archaeological digs point toward evidence of the tabernacle. The Jewish tabernacle was a movable temple described in the book of Exodus and served as a dwelling place for God to commune with the Israelites while they wandered in the desert for 40 years. Finally, the Bible contains many prophecies, predictions of future events. One dramatic example is that God said He would gather His people and they would live in their own land. In 1948, against many obstacles, the prophecy came true. The Jewish people were regathered to their own land, and they became the nation of Israel. When biblical prophecies that were foretold centuries before come true, our faith in the truthfulness of the Bible is strengthened. So, how do we know the Bible is true? We begin with faith in God. Then we confirm the existence of Jesus. From there, we examine scientific principles that were established in the Bible long before anyone understood them. Next, we see that history has confirmed biblical structures like the Jewish tabernacle. Finally, we discover exciting prophecies in the Bible that have come true so far, and God's people look forward to the fulfillment of all of them. Thank you for liking and subscribing.